It was both crime and health. It wasn't just crime. It wasn't crime. It was both crime and health.
Exactly. Because the health system was so terrible and the American them see it. So when time Dr. Tufton said, these are these nice things, we know say him not being true to himself. He's delusional.
So you say him suffering truly from delusion of grandeur?
Yeah, because that is the reason why America put the travel at 3-level advisory in Jamaica. It was about the health system merely because the crime was there already.
Jamaica, the man said to tell you that Jamaica under his watch and under his government has gone through the greatest form of reform in the health sector. The man said to tell Uno get increased doctor, increased nurse, increase NHF, increase that, increase this, increase that, increase bed. Him say more hospital build out, more community health worker. And me I said to myself, say, how am I taught them something I mean I see it? Or unless me delusional. The man say all of them something and me say, oh, when I wear Minister Tufton? How when I wear you're talking about increased nurses, and when you're going to many of these facilities, there's a significant shortage of nurses and doctors. How when I wear Minister Tufton, and when you go to the National Health Fund and all of them places, you can't get the medication and the prescription fill. How when I wear Minister Tufton, you're talking more about more doctors? How when I wear you're talking about more bed, Minister Tufton? How when I wear you're talking about more medication, Minister Tufton? Somebody say delusional grandeur. Minister Tufton, how when I wear when people sleeping on cardboard in a hospital? How when I wear people have the pan chair hours, pan top hours? I talk about increasing government, increasing doctors and nurses. Unless me no know it's probably doctor and nurses them there. Cause when me go to the hospital, them students. No hours enough to wait per hours. So I must say me get increase in doctors and nurses. So if you have increase in doctors and nurses, so when you say you have pure doctor and nurse and them now come and work. And that him make me see because him say have increase in doctors and nurses. And increase in medication. So me I ask you tonight, students. No, I think you feel listen. Listen to Tufton again, you know. Students, if you listen to the man, listen to the man again, the man. Him say I'm telling the truth. Listen to him.
My team and I are going through the statement by the opposition and will provide a fulsome response on the issues. I just would like to say that there is a report that can be had to clarify any misunderstanding or address any mischief as it relates to the PROMAC program. The fact is that many hundreds of Jamaican mothers and their neonates who are involved in complicated pregnancies and delivery have been supported by the PROMAC equipment and where the buildings exist through the PROMAC facilities, and we can provide better particulars on that. And so the program has been quite useful to the Jamaican people. The issues around ventilators, given the public interest, we have done the audit and can provide better particulars on that and will provide better particulars. And the claim around health needing reform, I cannot imagine that any informed Jamaican, and particularly the opposition, where it should be their duty to see what is happening and understand what is happening, could be claiming that somehow the public health system has not and is not seeing the greatest level of reform since independence. 1,000 additional doctors, 1,500 new places for nurses, a permanent post, more build out of hospital beds, operating theaters than ever before, certainly since independence, diagnostic equipment leasing, which is leading to a more consistent and reliable outflow and use of diagnostic, and a primary healthcare reform that will see a life stage approach that will see over 370 additional doctors at the primary community level, as well as several additional services, not to mention the National Health Fund, which is prescribing some 3 million prescriptions a year from 1 million 4 years ago. More categories of illnesses is being added, subsidized prostate screening, breast cancer screening. So there is so much that this government is doing. And to hear the opposition make the claim that somehow the system needs reform without a recognition that the reform is in fact taking place, and tangibly so, where Jamaicans are benefiting, it tells me that they're either refusing to see or there's an attempt at mischief. And we will clarify that, because I believe the Jamaican people deserve the truth and transparency around what is happening. So if we have to repeat it, we will.
The Jamaican people deserve the truth and transparency. I'm going to ask you tonight, my beloved Jamaican people, with what Christopher described to you just a while ago, me make you hear 2 times. Is that your reality with the healthcare system in Jamaica? With the pretty fancy expression of the healthcare system that Dr. Christopher Tufton just described, is that your reality when you go to the healthcare centers, when you go to the hospital, when you go to the diagnostic centers? Because what Christopher just described to me is a perfect hospital system or an almost near reformed public health system. Remember, we have no toilet paper in the hospital then. Remember, in Jamaica, there's not enough medication and in the Imal say beds in the hospital. I want to know, where are the beds, Christopher? You say people making mischief. I'm not making mischief. I'm fact-checking tonight, Minister Tufton. If I am fact-checking, Minister Tufton, can you tell us the reality? Where does the things exist? Somebody says delusion of grandeur.